Welcome back to another video. Today I just got a video. I wanted to show off cards I picked up on my trip in Texas. I went there and I was trying to get mostly vintage cards. Since being in Japan now, a lot of Japanese vintage cards are like crazy expensive, and just in general, I am a fan of vintage cards, so I'm like want to try to focus more on those types of cards. So let's go. Let's check it out. We got a normal sleeve stack and then a top loader stack. We got stacks of cards. Which one first? Let's go with these first. Some have a price on these, but and some are multiple. Like, see how this is $5, but there's 3 in here. But I got these at McKinney Trade Day from this guy, which the last video I posted of the PSA submission, I actually got it's from the same dude that I got all these vintage cards from, the vintage hollows. I went back and grabbed his non-hollows. But we right, see, most of these are $1. But he's a great dude. I put together some first edition, pretty sick. But yeah, I grabbed a stack, and then we made a deal off them. So I don't know exactly how much I paid for individually, but just how much I added up, and he worked with me, so that's really the best thing I can really ask for. And they were priced really well too, like $2 for the first edition stamp. It's pretty crazy. That was the best thing. I did a lot of shopping while in Texas and went to card shows, and you really just want. I just want to work with people that want to work with me, and they don't want to just try to get the most money they can off each card, which you always want a win-win situation. Like, for myself included, like, I want someone to come out on top just like myself. You don't want to freaking charge, make someone pay for a card and then they overpay and stuff, for sure. Which I probably should remember, because a lot of the cards I'm selling right now on eBay are stuff that I forget to. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards, for sure. See, I got some modern. A lot of cards that I'm selling on eBay are cards that I priced high, but then the market goes crazy or whatever, and people buy them up, which is kind of annoying, but it's good. I'm glad that they can get a deal, for sure. It's not all about money, for sure. I promise you. Definitely, it's all about sustainability. Okay, so got some DBZ cards you saw. This one was cool. This is a classic scene from the anime. Super cool. So as you can see, it's mostly vintage, but I got some cool modern in there. But yeah, I was really just trying to buy as much vintage as I can, mostly Japanese, but I realized that now, being in Japan, I'm like international. I'm selling all over the world, and people want English cards too. My English cards are selling just as much, so man, just really hyped on all the vintage, and I got huge stacks. Put you right here. Let's see, buddy. Can you be chilling? Okay. This one's cool. See, I got this first edition Psyduck, and it's pretty minty. I actually put 3 of the copies aside to grade. I've only done that. I have to do this with all these cards, but I started doing it a little, or going through these cards and I was like, oh, I should film a video. But look, 3 first edition Psyducks to grade. That is so cool. That is so cool. Some hair on those. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, we're just going through this quickly, looking at all the cool arts. This guy, I wish I bought this earlier because these were going crazy. First edition. Got a bunch of EVs. Good job, good job. Very cool. Got some cute cards. Man, honestly, I could have bought more from this dude. But I didn't because I was trying to just pick, you know, some of the best arts that I thought. And popular Pokemons. He had a bunch of first edition cards from Neo, which, thinking back, I was like, man, first edition Neo cards from that era are pretty crazy. Should have picked it up. Okay, but I'm gonna, got a huge stack. Look at this. I'm gonna put these to the side. Look at that. Okay, now we're gonna grab, let's go to the top loaders. We're gonna start off with bangers. Boom! This is like the most expensive card I bought. But I traded in some packs that I had at my parents' house that I was just keeping. So I got this down to like $200. But and really just into buying like banger vintage cards for sure. Okay, I'll show the condition. That's hella played. But I'm actually, this one's cool because I have a PSA 4. That's cool. This one has a cool swirl. But I have a PSA 4 that I had in my PC, and I'm going to sell that and then keep this one for now. Then like boom. This one's weird because it looks kind of played, but the surface is really clean. And a lot of times when I find this card, like the surface is really damaged or whatever. But yeah, this is such a good. The Southern Island cards I've actually been a huge fan of. Okay, so more vintage cards. These are all the bangers, right? The hollows. A lot of the cards were really clean except for this guy that I picked up. That was the coolest part, was I was able to find. I say that in this LP, but I was mostly like I was able to find really clean hollows, and that's really hard to find nowadays, especially out here in Japan. Like these are super minty, except for this one and this one. This one is. Oh man, it's so good. This one is super clean. It's crazy. Well, this was a random return. Got the Raichu, Vaporeon. Cool, I'll put these guys over here. Picked up Southern Island cards because I feel like these are a pretty good price. That one was expensive, but I love Meryl. That's a PC, I think. Dang, and then Vaporeon, Vileplume? How do you say it? These are kind of played, but they're super good. Man, I should have bought a sealed copy of these, but I don't really do sealed products and stuff, but you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Dang, some more hollows. Oh, it's not vintage. I just love that Raichu. I recently sold this Miltank to someone in France. I forgot how much, but it was more than $2, so that's cool. Dollar. I love picking up vintage cards for $1. Very cool. Okay, almost there. This guy's cool. Always down to pick this card up right now. For sure. This was cool. I didn't think about picking up these VMAX cards, but I probably should have picked up more. And this guy, is really good condition. I really think this can get a 10. I was like really surprised. And same with this card too. These are English cards that I didn't think I was gonna pick up, but you know, they're just in too good a condition. So yeah, this card too, the shop had a bunch of GX cards that were, these are promos in English, and they're kind of, the condition are, you know, kind of rough a little bit, but I think it can still 10. There's a little white mark right there, but I think it's okay. Very cool. Got some of this guy. Oh, this card is awesome. Love this Mudkip card. This one is cool. This was a Japanese GX card for $80, which I feel like this card's like way more out here. And the condition is really good. It's kind of crazy. Right now it's better. It seems better to buy Japanese cards in America. This card is really cool. I didn't realize, I've seen this card, but I've never realized how cool this was, because there is a weird looking hunter, but then if you can tell, there's a Gengar right there. I think that's why this card's so expensive right now. A little first edition. This is hella minty. Want to grade this, and this card's cool. I remember seeing this when I was younger, and I thought it was weird looking. But it's a little first edition, and then boom, last card, upside down. A little reverse hollow, hollow phantoms. Holon phantoms. This card's cool. I actually don't need to open it up. Oh wait, that's not the last card. We got more. Boom, some more $1. This card was cool. Just had to pick it up. Just like this card and this one. I sold that Pikachu on the ball for like $1,000, and that was pretty crazy because I opened it up on the YouTube channel too and graded it. And the World Cup is coming soon, so I feel like this. I picked up actually a couple of these Groke on the ball. You know what I just realized too is I have graded cards that I need to show off. So 1 second. Ugh, let me get them out. Oh, I got a whole stack of graded cards. How am I gonna do this? This one's funny. Look, so I got this at a card shop. Or is it? It's hard to get in the shop, but PSA 8, and they had a whole stack of them. They had 8 of them. I think 8 PSA 8s. Yeah. And the grading now, actually, in Japan, they just stopped doing the bulk submission, which is crazy because it was right after I sent in my last. It was right after I sent in my submission, and stuff is really slow there right now, and they haven't. It says that it's been shipped, but it hasn't been received by PSA. So it's there. They just, I guess they are going really slow, and they haven't like scanned it in, which has happened to me before. And I remember like freaking out, thinking that it's lost in the mail. I even reached out to other Pokemon guys, and I was like, yo, like, what do I do? And they told me, it was this guy, Pokemon Steven, and he told me just to relax, and that it should, you know, it should be there. And honestly, it was kind of hard to believe, but he was right. You know, it took a couple of weeks, but they scanned it in. And so while I was on my trip in Japan to Texas, PSA, they stopped doing their bulk submissions here in Japan. So I actually wanted to pick up more slabs towards the end of the trip, and they had these for like, what, 8 for 120, so what's 6 times 20? Is that 120? Anyways, they're less than 20. It was $15 each, probably, which is cheaper than a grading submission. I know it's an 8, but it's still a Pikachu card. I think I can, you know, I think that was a cool pickup. And then I got, let's see, we got these slabs. Boom, PSA 6. See, I just picked up slabs that were at grading cost pretty much. Oh, dang. And then some vintage cards. PSA 8, but still awesome vintage. Here. So sick. I really love, I'm like trying to get into grading vintage cards on PSA 8 and above. I think they look really cool. And just for where the way that things are going, I think they'll age really well. I kind of think that's where, hopefully, that's where I'm hoping stuff kind of goes to. This is an old Beckett card I picked up a long time ago. Look, see, $20 for energy card. That's pretty funny. Oh, here's another Pikachu. Got my stack is going strong. Cool. Now I got a bunch of CGC cards. I thought I can regrade this, but there's actually kind of crazy corner damage right there. But I think I'll just sell this like this. Oh, restart the music. Oh no. Okay, almost there. This Raichu card is amazing. I think I can regrade this to a 10. Super clean. So good. Super hyped on that. And then these, dude, this one is crazy. This is like, I bought all three of these cards for, I think, 200. And out here in Japan, I'm pretty sure all of these, like this card right here would go for, I mean, I think at least a couple hundred. Where, you know, just how everyone's pumping, like, Pikachu cards are really popular right now, but this is like the reverse holo version of the 25th anniversary. I think just this card right here will like pay for a big chunk of what I picked up, you know. This guy too, this one's cool. And then this is a cool, I really love this promo. I wish I grabbed more of these. But in a pristine tin, I don't really do CGC, but the pristine I'm sure will do well. I'm not sure, but super hyped on this. Boom. I love Raichu. Raichu's my favorite, and so I was really hyped. Well, I am hyped to regrade this because it's really clean, for sure. But yep, that was everything I picked up while in Texas. Yeah, it was really fun. Great experience. It's kind of crazy. It was I think the craziest part was being around all these new collectors. Because there's a lot of new people in the last year or so, and they're like really trying to you know, get into the hobby and take it seriously, and they have a lot to learn, just like myself. Like I've been doing this for like 5 years now, and all it is like a freaking learning process, and you know, figuring it out how to because stuff changes and whatnot, but you know, you kind of just go with the flow of things, and a lot of this comes from experience. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy how this is all gonna play out in the next year or so. But I'm here for it, for sure. I'm hyped. And I'm hyped on it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, yo!